Warning, the stories you're about to hear are detailed accounts of shenanigans, pranks, and some mistakes that are meant to replicate the sort of discussions that veterans have when they reunite over a cold beverage and do not depict the professional daily actions of the military at large. We hope to make you laugh, but not to disrespect our proud men and women in uniform. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Cammo Comedy, where we take a humorous look at the lighter side of military service. We got a big show for you today, but before we jump into it, if you like what we're doing here, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, whatever they call it on your podcasting platform. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating, write us a review, as that makes us more relevant in the algorithm and boosts the overall visibility of the show. But word of mouth advertising is just so powerful, so if you tell some friends, I will love you forever. Okay, let's jump into the show. I am your host, Aaron Wolf. Just as a friendly reminder to the audience, we put out a new show every single Monday, so make sure you give the notification bell a nice tap. Give it a nice tap so you don't miss a show. Also, we are doing laughter therapy here on the show. We got a lot of military members who struggle with everyday life after service, and we're just here to share a laugh and remember the good times. Joining me today is the man who says that vagina lips don't need chapstick, call sign Footloose. Footloose, thanks for being on the show today, man.
I think I actually said the opposite.
They could use a little bit of a lube.
Beef tallow.
Ooh.
You know why they don't wear skirts in Alaska?
Why?
Chapped lips.
Ah, nice. Also joining us today is the man who is very proud that you can always see the nipple bumps through his jacket, call sign Cheeks. Cheeks, thanks for being on the show today, man. That's a weird thing to be proud of, by the way, Cheeks.
You should be proud of that for me. It's a fucking winter coat.
And it's not just because of the barbells he has through them.
No, you've got like the number 2 eraser thingies going on.
Yeah, I have eraser nipples. But it's like from those
toes.
giant pencils.
Humongous areolas, like dinner plates.
Remember, folks, when you're staring at my eraser nipples, don't forget to spread some cheeks and not hate.
All right, so check out this first story. We have ourselves a basic training story.
Yes.
And this one is actually from Marine Corps basic training.
All right.
Now, as we've already established here on the show, basic training is extraordinarily regimented, right? The Marines take the restrictedness to the whole other level, right? Like whenever you are going to talk to a drills instructor, you have to first of all, you have to talk in the third person. The next thing is you have to ask for permission to speak. And only after your permission has been granted is when you can ask a question. So in basic training, your time is not your own. They're going to tell you when to sleep, when to eat, what you can eat, when to exercise, all of these things, even when you have to go to the bathroom, right?
Right? Oh, yeah.
Now, the military does a fairly decent job of taking out special times, making sure they build special times throughout the day to give trainees different times to go to the bathroom. But when you have to take a shit,
Oh, no.
it can be kind of a tough set of business because you're going to be away for a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Most trainees, like once they kind of get a handle on basic training, what's going on, what they can expect, try to time their shits to the evening shit, shower, and shave time.
You establish a poop schedule. Everyone knows this.
Yes, as best you can. But there's some times that it's just out of your control, right? So we've got one main character here, and we're going to call him Bradley. Right?
I thought you were going to say dome piece.
Hell of a callback for that. Now, this group of trainees had just finished up some exercise for the day. And this was a point where everybody, all 60 trainees, had to run inside of their barracks and stand at the position of attention in front of their bunk and get the orders for the next thing that they're going to do, right? Well, it was at this time that Bradley really had to shit. And when you got to go, you got to go.
And it's never convenient.
Well, this time it wasn't convenient because you can just imagine like 60 trainees sprinting toward the door, right? So Bradley just kind of picks out the closest drill instructor, which is their third hat, which was known for being a really big hard ass, right? So he runs up and he gets the perfect distance and stands at the position of attention. Now, just ironically, they had not planned this, but his bunkie ran up right there next to him. And in perfect stereo, both of them said at the same time, "This recruit requests permission to speak to drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Grad, sir." And then the drill instructor responds,
what do you want? And then in perfect unison, both of them said, this recruit requests permission to make a sit-down head call or
Get
bathroom,
the fuck
sir.
out of here.
Now,
At the same time, same
at
words.
the same fucking time. Now,
If sit-down head call, that's what they call it?
yes, that's what they call it. And you had to specify because they needed to kind of gauge how long you would be gone. Oh my right? God. So they would know if you'd be gone a little bit longer for a shit versus taking a piss or anything like this. Now, we said on an earlier episode how there was a little bit of a game that trainees might play with a drill instructor if you could get them to crack and laugh. Now, that was happening right here with Bradley and his bunkmate because they didn't even get to finish 2/3 of their sentence, and the drill instructor had to have thought that they were fucking with him, so he just cut both of them off and said, get the fuck out of my face.
Oh, no.
And they could tell that he was about to crack, but it was just ironic that him and his bunkmate had to shit at the exact same time.
Oh my
Now, it seemed like it could have been Bland, but he promises that this was just luck of the draw right here, right?
I mean, it's bound to happen, but it's still ridiculous.
It's still
when
one of
it
those
happens.
things where you're like, I mean, the other thing is too, you got to think about this. Like the other trainees are probably going to be thinking like, what the fuck are these guys doing in the bathroom together? Like they time like some special time by themselves to take a
sit-down head call.
I mean, what if you sit to pee?
Well, see, then you'd be kicked out of the Marines.
All right, footloose, take it easy.
I'm just saying, I like to be comfortable.
Such a great visual. I love it when you can when you can imagine a situation where a drill instructor is going to crack.
So naturally, they both shit their pants in line.
No, luckily
Sum
they
up
got
the
to
story
go.
here.
Luckily they got to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
and
that's fucking
take care of
funny.
business. But just imagine this too. Like imagine when everybody's lined up and the only two guys that are missing are just the two bunkmates.
That's awesome.
So I have another Mikey the Kid story.
Oh, nice. What's up,
shit.
Mikey the Kid?
So if you remember Mikey the Kid, he was real young when he got sent through basic training and deployed and all that stuff. Well,
He's got all the pictures of his ball.
he's got the dick farm on his phone.
The ball armory.
Yes. Well, this is a little further on in Mikey's career, and he's an NCO at this point, okay?
Oh, he made it for the long haul.
He did, yeah.
All right. Way
So-
to go, Mikey.
Mikey becomes an NCO, and then he starts going through the recruiting training, and he becomes a recruiter, okay? Well, every branch of service has its own version of like a delayed entry program. So basically, people would sign up, and then they go and they do some training before basic training to get spun up on how to be military, basically, right?
All right.
So they go talk to these NCOs, and they learn customs and courtesies, the phonetic alphabet, and stuff like that, okay?
Checks out.
Well, on this particular day, the recruiting staff was told, hey, upper echelon's going to be here. It's going to be a bunch of officers and bigwigs and stuff like
Shit.
that, so make sure you're squared away, right?
What could go wrong?
Right.
What could go wrong? And usually when the bigwigs would come in, they'd come in early in the morning, they'd watch them do PT, and they'd watch a class or two or whatever, and then they would just leave, okay?
Well, if that story made it to this show, you know something's going to go fucked up.
That's a fair point. So they didn't show up for the early morning PT and all that stuff, and the recruiters get through the first half of their day, and it's time for lunch, and usually what they'll do is they'll just send all those recruits to go eat on their own, and then the cadre will go off and eat on their own in their own room, right? Well, because the upper echelon hadn't been there, somebody needed to be tasked with babysitting.
Oh, fuck.
So Mikey the Kid, being a lower level NCO at the time, pulled the short straw and he had to babysit.
Womp womp.
Well, Mikey the
How many
Kid,
pictures of his dick did he
all the recruits stole his phone and started taking
He
pictures.
gets bullied from every direction.
In Mikey the Kid's infinite wisdom, he decides to put on an E4 Mafia special class during lunch
Oh, no.
on MREs.
Wow.
Making MRE bombs?
And all the things that you can do with them that is not consuming food, such as the MRE bomb. So Mikey does this in a legitimate class style, like crawl, walk, run, like all military classes are,
He
okay?
took this way too serious.
Commitment
Yes.
is fucking IED class
So he's
now?
teaching an IED class, basically.
I'll just go ahead and say for the audience, we do not condone this kind of degenerate behavior, so don't do this shit.
Well, towards the conclusion of his class, he gives them a live demonstration, okay?
What the fuck?
No.
So he grabs a Gatorade bottle,
Come on, Mikey.
twists the top on, throws it in the trash can, right? And he's expecting after like 5 to 10 seconds, the thing's gonna pop off, like the lid's gonna to pop off. Yeah, and it's gonna be that, right?
Yeah,
Well-
just for those of the audience who might not know, like these aren't dangerous. It makes a big popping sound. It's basically expanding gas.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, 2 to 3 minutes go by, nothing happens.
Oh, God.
Right? So Mikey's like, shit, I got either a dud
Gotta
heater.
call the bomb squad in now.
Yeah, he gets a dud MRE heater is what he's thinking, or maybe there was a crack or a leak in the bottle somewhere. He didn't put the cap on all the way. So he's like, oh, dang it. Immediately, all of the recruits start roasting him because he's full of shit and can't make an MRE bomb after this ornate class that he had just given.
Oh my gosh.
So end of lunchtime, it's time to go straight into the class, right? So they start class 5 minutes in, and about 10 minutes past making the Gatorade bomb, the bigwigs show up, okay? It's the battalion commander and the commands of, like, their upper echelon. We're talking, like, colonels and shit, right? So they exchange courtesies and customs and all that stuff, and then he goes into, like, a 5-minute spiel talking about his class that he's about to give, and he's up at a podium, and all of a sudden, like a well-timed IED, like 5 minutes after the bigwigs show up, boom!
I knew that was coming.
All of the trash from in the trash can. It's like trash confetti coming out of the drop of the
See,
trash
this can't
can.
go any other fucking way. You know what I mean?
It didn't just pop, it exploded the trash
a fucking
out of
Gatorade
the
bottle,
can.
dude. Like, that's thick plastic.
Right.
It's not like a shitty little water bottle that's just gonna go boof. You know what I mean?
I like how you say boof.
Boof. So Mikey the Kid's up at the podium, immediately turns red, and he still has the MRE trash from the MRE next to the podium.
Was he rat fucking it up there?
Yes. So he takes it and immediately starts to collect it and stuff it into a drawer at the podium. That
you're already caught,
stitching
brother.
it. He says,
You're not smoothing this one out.
Coincidence.
He says he locks eyes with his boss, and his boss is just giving him the worst disappointed dad look.
Yeah, that's always the worst. That's worse than getting your ass ripped.
So it continues on. Obviously, upper echelon takes his boss out in the hallway and rips his ass for like 20 minutes.
Oh, hell yeah, they
Everyone
do.
can fucking hear this happening.
Oh, God.
Once it's done, Mikey the Kid can't just it can't just be let go, obviously, right? So Mikey the Kid goes in and has like a 45-minute discussion about followed by a negative counseling statement from his boss explaining professionalism in the workplace and workplace safety and things like that. But he said even his boss was fighting back laughter as he was explaining in the counseling statement the terror that happened from the recruits screaming and yelling from the MRE bomb.
How many of these guys have PTSD? And
It was a terror attack, if you will.
I fucking love that story.
The timing of that could not have been better.
Right.
What the fuck, Mikey?
Like, what are you thinking?
So, lesson learned, don't leave Mikey in charge of the freaking lower enlisted people
He
or the
did
lower.
say the benefit of this, though, he never got asked to babysit again.
Yeah, just, he's playing 4D chess here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all part of the plan.
Thanks for sending that in, Mikey. That was fucking awesome.
Nice.
We'll be right back with more Cammo Comedy after a quick word from our sponsor. Stay tuned.
With Just the Tip Tactical, Just the Tip has never felt so good. Their top-notch muzzle brakes tame your rifle's recoil, keeping you locked on target and grinning like you just hit the bullseye in more ways than one. Say goodbye to kick and hello to faster follow-up shots. Check them out today at justthetiptactical.com. That's justthetiptactical.com. Whether you're looking to improve your rifle or just want some cool apparel with an eye-catching logo, go now to justthetiptactical.com. That's justthetiptactical.com. Enter promo code WOLF, that's WOLF, for 15% off. You can't beat that. And when you patronize the companies that sponsor us, it helps us pay the bills over here. So thank you for supporting the businesses that support us. Okay, let's jump back into the show.
All right, so I got the next story here, and I know we talked about on a previous show how every good military story involves a van.
Yes.
That's a fact.
So we're going to keep that trend going here. So this was a story. He was a part of a group, and they were going TDY to a training base here. And what they were essentially doing, he was a part of the support services. So they're going to help facilitate a training scenario and a week-long exercise for some Tier 1 operators. So he said there was like PJs, Rangers, a bunch of, quote, cool guys there and stuff like that. He wasn't part of Op 4. He was friends with the Op 4 guys, but he was with the team that was providing all the other things that go into this exercise.
Okay.
Here. So they all go on the same trip. They're just not directly involved with participating in the exercise. So the weekend rolls around, and a prep for the Op 4 guys, who they're friends with, is like, hey, man, you guys want to come over tonight and we can do some drinking? So they're like, hell yeah. So anytime you know you're going to go drinking that night, what do you do during the day?
Drink.
You pregame and drink. So they start drinking in the middle of the day.
Oh, God.
and they needed to get a vehicle for the weekend. And so they went and rented a van from like the on-base motor pool. It's not like they went to Enterprise. This was a military van that they could just borrow from services on base or whatever. So they went and get this, and so they wanted to go check out the training area. So like, hey, we got a van. Naturally, everybody else keeps drinking. Like, being in a van's not going to stop me. So the driver is sober, but everyone else is still pounding beers. Well, they get this really good idea that after, and then in the training area, they're like, there's no supervisors here, there's no leadership. So they just start gunning it. Just driving super fucking fast, drifting around corners. Well, one point he said they're going 70 miles an hour in this big van, right?
So they were going fast.
You're going fast as fuck in this van full of people drinking.
Fast as fuck, boy.
What they didn't realize is all of a sudden they nail a speed bump.
Oh, shit.
To the point where, no shit, he was floating weightlessly for 2 seconds.
Oh, my God.
And then, naturally, they come slamming back down to earth, and everyone spills their drinks all over the place. So this van is now
in the government vehicle?
In the government van.
Oh, no.
So everyone is covered in beer. The van is covered in beer. And it's not like they were just having some like Michelob Ultras or something. He said they were drinking Guinness.
No.
That's not coming out.
Heavy, dark beer.
So you know what they need?
Flooding the van.
A white interior.
No. They need a fucking Tide stick is what they need.
That'll do it.
Yeah. That should just buff right out.
Exactly. That's why I always keep one of those bad boys on me. You never know.
So there's nothing more sobering than after that near wreck, and the van is now covered in beer, and everyone sobers up really quick, and it's like, fuck.
So we have talked about this on the show before, where like your actions can fucking tell on you. Like the guy that fell through the roof, and the guy that got stuck like in the middle, like he got his truck stuck in the fucking mud.
Yeah.
So vehicle damage aside, like you said, Aaron, that's the first thing going through their mind is like, how the fuck are we going to clean this up? So they immediately, just pull over and start just scrubbing the fuck out of this van.
Need 100 Tide sticks.
Everybody grab 2. Believe it or not, it didn't do fucking anything. So they're doing it. They're scrubbing for another hour at this van, trying to clean out, get the smell out, airing it out. Well, by that time, it's time now to go meet up with Op 4. And they're like, hey, dude, you guys still coming over? Like, all right, fuck, guys, this is a week-long exercise. This is day 1.
Oh, no.
So it's like, we can worry about this later. We tried to do the best we can now. We'll fix it later. So they head over to Op 4's house.
Just wreck the van and burn it.
Just collect the insurance at this point. So they get over there, and they're all, mind you, they're not sober by any stretch of the imagination at this point.
And their transmission's backed by the speed bump.
So they get to...
Right?
So Op 4 had rented an Airbnb. So this was off base, mind you. This was not on base. So they have a cabin that's an Airbnb. Well, when these guys, the support services, show up with the van, they run into the Op 4 guys, and the Op 4 guys meet them outside, and it's like, hey guys, we made some apple moonshine. You want some? And so they're, of course, going to be like, fuck yeah, we want some.
So they did not learn their lesson.
No, not at all. So they all start doing shots of apple moonshine.
This is a mistake.
So the dude...
Well, if we pour this on the seats, it'll smell like apple cider.
So the whole van aside, this dude had been pounding beers all day and then immediately does a couple shots of apple moonshine. And he said, I made it about like 5 seconds and then I just start puking everywhere.
Oh, no.
Luckily, they had not gone inside yet, but he is painting the lawn, the bushes.
That's just good fertilizer.
Everything. And it's, a mixture of Guinness and apple moonshine. So I'm sure it smells great.
At least it's outside.
Yeah.
Right.
That's...
I was going to say.
Not like in his shirt where he has to hold it for later.
Yeah, what an animal.
Oh, what the fuck?
So he destroys this guy's lawn. And,
it's an Airbnb.
Yeah, it's an Airbnb. So things are not going well for them on day 1 here. Fast forward, the rest of the exercise mostly uneventful. They kind of like dialed it back a little bit at that point. Yeah, but
that's called self-critiquing.
into the week, they're like, guys, we got to turn in this fucking van. And everyone's freaking out because a week later, it still smells like shit in there.
Oh, no.
And so they're like going to return it to the sergeant. Luckily, they like shakily hand off the keys, like, here you go, everything's fine. And the sergeant just like, all right, cool. and walks away.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Why are there so many air fresheners in here?
it's like 15 of them hanging up.
Call that the felony forest.
Yes.
I like that. So they just leave. Before they change their mind, they leave. They hope that's kind of the end of it. Their base is partners with this group that does these exercises, and they heard rumor that people who had rented that van after them said it still fucking smelled like beer in there. And people were like complaining to Motorpool about it, like, what the fuck is wrong with this van, dude? It smells like shit.
We were loading groceries into the back of this thing, and we spilled something. Sorry.
Oh my God.
No update on if they got their deposit back at the Airbnb or the van.
I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Oh man.
Yeah, so don't get carried away on day 0 of your week-long exercise.
Drink responsibly, folks. All right, so check out this next story. I've got another Marine story.
Okay.
Okay. So this one actually takes place during a joint exercise between the Army and the Marines. Now, side note, they also had a group of Canadian infantry there that was called Canada's Princess Patricia's Light Infantry.
Get the fuck
and,
out
oh
of
my
here.
God, did the Marines and the Army have fun with that name?
Oh,
No
you betcha.
way.
Don't you know?
So anyway, so this group of Marines, they were tasked with playing OP4 for the Army, right? In order to qualify for this, the Marines actually had to go through what was called a qualifying attack to prove that they were good enough to perform as OP4, right?
Okay.
So the way that this works is the qualifying attack, they would have an objective, and the Marines had to go meet that. So, and it was also going to be a night op, right? So right off the bat, it is just completely fucked up. Right.
way.
They go out for this night op, right? So they're using NVGs. Specifically, they're using ANPVS 14s. They didn't have the nice like helmet mounted units. They actually had like to have the skull crusher things, which suck ass.
They didn't have the rhino mounts, is what we called them. The ones that flip down.
No, they did not flip down. They had to actually fit on top of the Marine's head.
God.
Yeah, there's like a little hairnet you tie under your helmet.
Oh my
and it
God.
sucks. To make matters worse, the Marines were actually not issued batteries for these things. It was on the individual Marine to provide their own batteries, right? So needless to say, we can only assume that several Marines didn't have batteries for this fucking thing. So it was all fucked up from the word jump,
I
right?
think the immediate thought is, well, fuck that. I'm not buying my own batteries.
Right. We'll just try to see in the dark. I mean, after all, we are Marines.
Holding it up like a monocle. Billy, let me see your nods.
They're sharing it with a partner.
Yeah.
And not only that, they had to carry a lot of heavy weapons and equipment and everything else like this. They actually had to carry in tows. Now, they also described how much it sucks to try to hump in tow missiles uphill in the desert wearing these Skull Crusher NVGs or night vision goggles, right? It fucking sucked. So they get out to the training area and they're getting set up.
Here's your tow missile. We can't afford batteries.
They spent all their money on missiles.
Get the fuck out of here.
$10 batteries. Here's your $25,000 missile.
Yeah.
Immediately they get lost. Right now,
don't because they can't see shit.
immediately they
None
get
of those
lost.
fuckers bought batteries.
Now, it's unclear at this point because they actually had like a sniper team that was kind of spotting for them and going to direct them into the objective, right?
those were the 3 guys that bought the batteries.
Well, it's not clear whether those guys got confused or with the information that they were relaying to the commander got like misconstrued or whatever, but they got thrown way off course.
They had a lieutenant.
Could be. They got thrown way off course, right? So much so that they actually noticed that they were going to be late for hitting the objective, right? So their commander says, all right, fuck this, everybody form up, right? So before they were tactical, but now they got into like a PT run formation, right? And they had to double time through the fucking open desert to try to meet the objective. And everybody's just like, oh my God, this is the worst thing, right? So they're fucking like jogging through the motherfucking open desert over to their objective. Finally, when they get a little ways out from the actual spot where they're supposed to hit, then they go tactical, right? And the Marines fucking hit them hard. They fucking go in there, take the objective. They didn't fucking take any losses or anything like this, right? They just fucking took care of business.
Fuck yeah.
So on their way back,
All in the dark.
yeah, all in the dark, would probably half of them had fucking night vision. by this point and all that kind of stuff. And who knows how much it sucked to have to run with all that fucking equipment and all that kind of stuff. So needless to say, the Marines are kind of licking their wounds right here. And they're just like, fuck, this is so fucking embarrassing. We're never going to hear the end of this from the Army, right? And they're heading back to their barracks, right? The next day, they have to go and do a debrief for this whole exercise. And they're just like, fuck, here we go. We know how this is going to go. Like, everybody that was there knew that it didn't go well. So they show up and they have to form what was described as a school circle around an Army lieutenant.
Crisscross applesauce.
Exactly. So this Army lieutenant is just fucking smiling from ear to ear. And the Marines are just like, fuck,
oh, God.
We are never going to hear the end of this. So the lieutenant starts to speak and he says, all right, guys, that was the best fucking exercise we have ever seen. We are so impressed. You guys triggered none of the ambushes that we had along your natural avenues of approach. You guys came in, you took the objective, you suffered no losses. We couldn't be more impressed. Bravo.
What?
So
That's because they ran around the whole training environment.
and sometimes it pays to get lost, right? So in like their event of getting lost, somehow like any of their normal predictable avenues of approach were completely avoided. And since they caught the Army off guard, they stormed in, took the objective and everything in no time and suffered no losses. And that's exactly what the Army wanted to see. The Army was so impressed, they actually started handing out simulated awards to the Marines, to which a lot of these Marines had to really fight and use all of their military bearing to hold back laughter, because they're like, oh my God, if these guys only knew how fucked up we really were, they would not be singing our praises quite in the same way.
These guys are ninjas. Set off no early warning alarms, no ambushes.
That's so good.
Oh, but sometimes you can make a lot of mistakes and still pull it off, right? So I just love that story. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Cammo Comedy Show Podcast. If you like what we're doing here and you want to participate in this community, there are many different ways you can contribute.
First and foremost, tell someone about the show. Word of mouth advertising is very powerful, and we really appreciate you helping us out.
If you have any funny military stories of your own, or know somebody who does, with their permission, of course, you can contribute those stories via email at stories@cammocomedy.com. That's stories, STORIES, at CAMMOCOMEDY.com. And if you're not too good at the internets, drop us a voicemail at area code 531-222-6146. That's area code 531-222-6146.
Yeah, and if you want to interact with us throughout the week, hit me up on my socials, Facebook and Instagram. Just look up !Cheeks.
We have a lot of big plans for this show. In building this community to support veterans, we will announce here soon. So stay tuned. All right, I'm going to go enjoy a nice pasta salad with a little mayonnaise later.
Okay, first of all, mayonnaise?
Why do you always have a problem with the way I talk?
There's a way you're supposed to say the word, Aaron.
Mayonnaise?
That's not it.
Panaz.
That's not fucking it, Aaron. That's not... finger popping your asshole over there.
I'm just prepping for my trip with TSA. So I'm going to need to look inside your ass.
I need to check your asshole.
That's such a good episode.
All right.